Here is the Writer's Almanac for Wednesday, April the 17th, 2019. Today's poem by Hayden Saunier, a poem, Dear Friend Since Childhood.
Oh, the luck of having spent hours as a child playing in fields and playing in creeks. I wrote this for a friend after her mother's death, remembering both of our mothers, and I especially loved placing them there, watching over us, in their simple, splendid youth.
It's the birthday of Isak Dinesen, born in Rungsted near Copenhagen, 1885. Started writing at an early age. One of the first stories she published was about a woman who has a love affair with a ghost. She was living on a coffee plantation in Kenya. Her husband had left her. She said, I began in the evenings to write stories, fairy tales, and romances that would take my mind a long way off. The stories were published in her collection 7 Gothic Tales, wild, magical stories about such things as a group of people telling jokes, trying to survive a flood, a woman who exchanges her soul with an ape. Isak Dinesen wrote, Truth is for tailors and shoemakers. I, on the contrary, have always held that the Lord has a penchant for masquerades. And according to legend, it was on this day in 1397 that Geoffrey Chaucer first recited the Canterbury Tales to the court of Richard II, the prologue of which opens with the famous lines, Whan that Aprill with the shoures soote, the drocht de March hath pierced the rote, and bathed every vine and sweet liqueur, of which vertu engendered is the fleur. When Aprill with his showers sweet with fruit, the drought of March has pierced unto the root and bathed each vein with liquor that has power to generate therein and sire the flower. It's the birthday of Thornton Wilder, born Madison, Wisconsin, 1897, author of The Bridge of San Luis Rey, who, in 1934, in Chicago, went to a lecture by Gertrude Stein, was fascinated by her, met her, and they became good friends. Thornton Wilder and Gertrude Stein corresponded for the rest of Stein's life. It was Gertrude Stein's experimental novel, The Making of Americans, that inspired Wilder to write his most famous play, Our Town, in which Wilder created his own version of modernism. The set for Our Town was minimal. The play's narrator was in direct conversation with the audience. But whereas Stein's The Making of Americans was a commercial failure, Our Town was immediately popular, a big success on Broadway. It's become one of the most produced of American plays. In 1937, when Wilder was writing Our Town, he wrote to Gertrude Stein, I can no longer conceal from you that I'm writing the most beautiful little play you can imagine. It's a little play with all the big subjects in it, and it's a big play with all the little things of life lovingly impressed into it. It's called Our Town, and its third act is based on your ideas as on great pillars, and whether you know it or not, you are in a deep-knit collaboration already. Here's a poem for today by Hayden Saunier, Dear Friend Since Childhood. Let's set the scene. 1 hour before sunset, memory's golden hour, light shot across the field, bright haze of pollen, shimmering insects, swallows dropping in and out of sky. Above the pastures, 27 different shades of iridescent green we counted once. We counted everything. Let's spread those blankets out across tall grasses where our mothers sit, bare-legged, straight-backed, impossibly young, peeling waxy, opaque paper from chicken salad sandwiches or shelling hard-boiled eggs with oval fingernails, their beautiful hands so fluid and cool, offering each other coffee from a Scotch plaid thermos. Quick, dam up the creek bed, make a shallow pool the way we used to do, and lie back in the water. Kick hard against the dam of earth and stone. One kick was all it ever took. And then let's try to love the way the current tries to carry us away. Dear friends, since childhood, a poem by Hayden Saunier from How to Wear This Body, published by Terrapin Books and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.
Happy National Poetry Month. I'm Hayden Saunier, and some of my poems have recently been featured on the Writer's Almanac. If you appreciate discovering new poetry through this program, please consider donating to the Writer's Almanac today. The link to donate is in the email newsletter, which you can sign up for at garrisonkeeler.com/subscribe.